You had an amazing first date. She laughed at your jokes. The chemistry was electric. You even made out before saying goodbye. She texted you good night with 3 heart emojis. You wake up the next morning ready to plan date 2. You text her. Nothing. Hours pass. Still nothing. You check her Instagram. She's posting stories, clearly on her phone. What the hell happened? Here's the real reason women ghost after perfect first dates and the exact strategy to prevent it. Here's the psychology behind why women ghost after what seemed like a perfect first date. First, understand this isn't about you being boring or messing up. More than half of people have ghosted a romantic partner. It's common because it's rooted in how her brain processes connection and risk. The biggest factor: how she handles getting close. About 1 in 4 women are wired to pull away when things get too close too fast. Your great first date triggered her fear response. You connected, shared stories, felt chemistry. Her thinking brain registered the connection, but her emotional brain saw danger. This happens when getting close early in life meant getting hurt. So when she feels that pull toward you, her brain activates shutdown mode to protect her. She ghosts to preserve emotional safety, not because the date sucked. Here's what happens inside her head. You part ways after an incredible night. She drives home replaying the date. Initially, she feels excited. Then anxiety creeps in. Am I ready for this? What if he hurts me? This feels too intense too soon. Her fear response kicks in. By morning, she's convinced herself that disappearing is safer than risking vulnerability. It's not rational, it's protective. The second mechanism is how women choose partners. Women assess long-term compatibility more intensely than men because historically, choosing wrong had higher consequences. That fun first date. Her brain was taking detailed notes. After you leave, she enters deep evaluation mode. She's processing. Does he match my life goals? Can I see him fitting into my world? Is he stable enough for a real relationship? This isn't shallow. It's subconscious filtering that helped our ancestors survive. If something doesn't align in her post-date analysis, maybe your career ambitions don't match hers, or she noticed you interrupted her twice, or your values seem off. She moves on without explanation because she's already decided you're not the long-term fit. The date was great, but her evaluation said no. Third factor: choice overload in modern dating. When you have endless options on dating apps, your brain struggles to commit to one person. Dopamine, the attraction chemical, spikes highest with novelty and uncertainty. After your date, she opens her phone. 3 new matches. 5 unread messages. Her brain gets a dopamine hit from the potential of someone new, which actually reduces the response she had to you. It's not that you weren't great. It's that her brain is flooded with shiny alternatives, and those chemicals favor what's unpredictable over what's known. Finally, emotional processing differences. Women typically need more mental space after intense social interactions to decide how they actually feel. You leave the date thinking, "That was awesome," texting her tomorrow. She leaves thinking, "I need a few days to process whether I genuinely like him or just enjoyed the attention." If you text too soon, before she's finished evaluating, her brain reads it as pressure. The result: she ghosts to avoid the discomfort of rejecting you or committing before she's ready. None of this makes her flaky or irrational. These are normal psychological mechanisms: fear responses protecting old wounds, filters ensuring compatible mates, brain chemistry reacting to modern dating overload, and processing styles shaped by how women navigate emotional risk. Understanding this changes everything. When you know what's happening in her head, you can adjust how you show up during dates and after them. Here's exactly how to prevent it and keep her interested. Tactic 1. Master post-date timing. The sweet spot. The next morning between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Here's why. If you text immediately after the date, her brain reads it as desperate. You're triggering her fear response because you seem too available, too fast. If you wait 3 days, her dopamine has moved to new matches. You've become irrelevant. Next morning works because she's still processing the date, and your message reignites attraction chemicals without pressure. Her thinking brain can evaluate you properly when you're not overwhelming her emotional brain. But timing alone isn't enough. Your message must reference a specific moment from your date. That story about your chaotic family vacation had me laughing all night beats, hey, had fun by miles. Why? It signals you were genuinely present, not just going through dating motions. This builds trust and counters her filter asking, is he really interested in me or just looking for any woman? It's 11 a.m. the day after your coffee date. You text, still laughing about your pineapple pizza take. Confidently wrong is a bold strategy. She replies within minutes with the laughing emoji. Most guys text back immediately. You don't. 2 hours pass. Then, there's an Italian place downtown that settles this debate properly. You free Thursday? She checks her calendar, says yes. You just locked date 2 because you referenced shared moments, showed playful confidence without neediness, and gave her brain space to chase you back. No pressure, just genuine interest. Tactic 2. Build emotional safety during the date itself. Remember, 1 in 4 women ghost when vulnerability feels risky. Counter this by showing controlled vulnerability first. Share something meaningful, not trauma dumping, but something real. I left my corporate job last year to pursue photography. Scariest move I've made, but the best one. This signals emotional maturity. Her fear response calms down because her brain registers. This guy can handle feelings without being overwhelming or needy. That's both attractive and safe. Also, ask open-ended questions that invite her to invest emotionally. Don't just say, "So what do you do?" Try, "What made you choose that career path?" Or, "What's something you're working toward right now?" When you invest real attention, her brain feels compelled to match that energy. You're at dinner 40 minutes in. She mentions her stressful work week. Most guys say that sucks and change topics. You lean in slightly, hold eye contact. Sounds intense. How are you actually handling it? She pauses, surprised you ask deeper. Opens up about feeling overwhelmed. You share a time you felt similar pressure, then ask what helps her decompress. The conversation shifts from surface to real connection. She leaves feeling genuinely heard, not just entertained. Her brain releases bonding chemicals alongside attraction chemicals. She's not ghosting someone who made her feel this understood. Tactic 3. Recognize when it's not about you. If you applied these tactics and she still ghosts, understand her own patterns or choice overload is driving it, not your worth. More than half of people ghost, often from their own insecurities or dating app overwhelm. Respect her decision. Don't chase with desperate follow-ups, and move forward knowing you showed up authentically. These tactics work because they directly address the psychological triggers. Secure emotional cues ease fear tendencies. Strategic timing leverages attraction chemicals properly without overwhelming her. And genuine emotional investment cuts through modern dating's choice overload. Apply them with respect and authenticity, and you'll build connections that last well beyond the first date. You now understand why women ghost after amazing dates and the exact timing and tactics to build real connection instead. After your next first date, text her between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. the next morning. Reference a specific shared moment. Keep it playful. Wait 2 hours before replying to lock in date 2. Comment your worst post-date mistake. Hit like if this makes sense. Subscribe for dating strategies that actually work. Understand her mind. Build real attraction. Become the guy she doesn't ghost.